It's morning again in Maui, and we're on NCL's Pride of America. You're gonna be amazed to see all the things we got done in just one day in Maui. A day's worth of planning yesterday ended up in amazing surprises that you're not gonna believe you'll be able to do all by yourself without purchasing an excursion either from the cruise or independently. That's because we're showing you this great ship and ways that you can experience the islands on your own, on a budget, and still have an amazing vacation. And today was certainly no exception. We got up nice and early and went out for an amazing day. So let's get to it and show you everything we accomplished on day 3 of 7 of NCL's Pride of America, the only US flagged cruise ship and the only ship with an exclusive Hawaii itinerary. It's shaping up to be a special trip. Find out what we did on day 3 of 7. All right, welcome to day 3 on Pride of America. We are still on the island of Maui. Just got up. It's actually pretty late for us. It's 7 a.m. because we still have that time change. As you can see, it's nice and quiet on the pool deck today. And in fact, the hot tubs and pools are closed. Just a few people lounging around the buffet. Okay, we'll have a complete buffet review on our ship tour. But overall, it's a moderate-sized buffet on a smaller-sized ship, and it gets the job done. And I'm gonna head downstairs. We'll go downstairs and go to Skyline. I'm taking the stairs to get down from 11 to 5, which is where Skyline is. And I would say, like, even though I am doing it, it's not because the elevators are crazy. The elevators have consistently been easy to access on the ship. But in the morning, I like to move around a little bit and get myself moving around, moving and shaking. So interestingly, that is one way you can get to Liberty. So we'll go from Liberty to Skyline, actually. Look at that. There is not breakfast in Liberty, but there is breakfast in Skyline. So we'll go ahead and down the stairs. And let's see how long it takes us to get seated on this 3rd day of the cruise. Hello, good morning. For 2. All right, from front desk to table, we were here in right away. They seated us right away, and we ordered in less than 5 minutes. So we went from the front, sitting down to ordering in 5 minutes. Not bad. The view is not great outside because we are in port. To the side is just a bunch of shipping containers. Okay, so for breakfast we ended up with the pretzel sandwich, which is a pretzel bread, some eggs, some ham, some cheese. Looks like that, ideally. But otherwise, I would say breakfast so far at Skyline's been a big hit, and it's still not crowded or crazy. All right, so after breakfast, we're gonna go ahead and head back up to the room, get ready, and we're gonna try to head out today, specifically to go to a beach or maybe find a special adventure. Okay, cats and kittens, now we're headed out on day 3. We're going on to Maui. There's the Pride of America in all of her glory, looking great after that refurb. We ended up right across the street at that market again. Actually, there's a Whole Foods there where we grabbed some water and some popsicles. And of course, my morning routine of saying good morning to all of these lovely ladies and gentlemen, these chickens and roosters that are just everywhere on the island of Hawaii. But it was a cheaper way to get water, for sure, which is just a walk across the street. And we'll be back here, so don't worry, I'll have plenty to show you. Secret mission today, and you'll see what our secret mission was in just a little bit. But in order to accomplish that mission, we wanted to find a great beach. So we actually asked some locals, and we were keyed off to Baldwin Beach, which is just an 11-minute drive from the cruise terminal. And it's an incredibly scenic, beautiful beach with amazing, calm waters. So if you're looking to a beach that's swimmable, this is definitely a swimmable beach. And there were plenty of people in the water at Baldwin. But if you just want to check out a beautiful, scenic beach, Baldwin is also a very good way to do that. It was very calming, relaxing, the sounds of the seashore, as well as the waves. And then, almost if by magic, Mother Nature had an amazing surprise for us. Past this driftwood and boulders along the beautiful beach, we quite accidentally found 3 amazing, gigantic sea turtles. Now, it's really hard to tell exactly how big this fellow is because I'm actually more than 10 feet away from this majestic creature. But there were 3 of them there, relaxing as a group, enjoying the beach just like we were.
And it was truly an honor, a gift from Mother Nature to be able to see them in their natural habitat. But remember, these are protected sea creatures, and you need to remember to stay at least 10 feet away from them and also not disturb them, which is something that we saw, unfortunately, quite a bit during our time on the island. So, respect and enjoy these beautiful creatures from a safe distance, and you'll have a memory that you simply will not forget. And something I never thought I would see, which is watching this majestic creature allow Mother Nature, in the form of these big waves, to take them back into the ocean home that they belong. It was a really special morning, and I will never forget having the honor to witness this. This entire area has significant cultural significance to the people and island of Maui. This particular beach area was actually purchased by the Baldwin family, and it was used exclusively as a recreation area for employees of the Baldwin family sugar industry. Recognizing, of course, that this was actually a significant area, an area that is important to the people of Hawaii, this beach was returned to the public so that it could be enjoyed by everyone, as it should be. So please take example. So please take some time to recognize that this is the people's beach, and we are just visitors on this beautiful island and its important cultural significance. The beauty of nature proves the point. It's really beautiful watching the light sand turn into dark sand as it mixes with the water and becomes green, and then eventually a deep dark blue, cascading off to the background of the beautiful blue sky, clouds, and mountains of Maui. It's a very special beach. I hope you make it. $40 cab ride back to the main port area, and we decided to grab some sushi at a local Hawaiian sort of icon. We had quite a bit of a wait to get into this restaurant because it was very, very busy. As you can see, there's a big long wait. So while we were waiting in line, we ran back to the arcade, which is right across. This kid loves an arcade. If he can win something, he's gonna try. Genki Sushi's fun because they have these little trains that bring out your food to you. And if you have some people who maybe are not into sushi, they do have some items that you can get for them. But it was a really good experience, as you can clearly see. So our lunch was very affordable and it was great. Excellent quality, excellent food. And now we got that walk back in this industrial area, back to the ship. Again, it's not a pleasant walk, so make sure you have good shoes on and you're prepared for this little trip back to the ship. And this is the place where you're gonna grab, of course, your famous picture of the cruise ship. It's your little spot you can do that on, so I encourage you to do that for your memory book and your photo book. If you grabbed a towel, friendly reminder, did you forget your towel? Where was it? Do you gotta go back to the sushi place and get your towel? If you don't, they charge you $25. So make sure you remember to bring your towel. It's very important.
Yeah, cover it. Above your head. There you go.
Ah. It's a formality. I never chase someone down over a towel. All right, after an intense day in the port, we started out day one in Maui kind of feeling like we didn't accomplish what we wanted, but we ended out day two unquestionably with a W. Took a big win in Maui. Now we're gonna go see what we got in the rest of the ship. Everyone's gotta be all aboard today by 5 o'clock, but we made it well in time. We're gonna go make a lay and check out some things. I'm probably gonna hit up the bar. All right, now we're gonna grab a quick drink at the John Adams bar, which has like 3 people at it total. Plenty of open seating. Okay, so now we're gonna go back. We're on deck 6, and we're gonna check out an activity to making a lei. So that should be fun. And it looks like this activity is super packed. Very busy.
Once you find your seat, please make certain you have a wire and string that will be in one end or the other of your bucket. And
All right, so I'm a little bit tired for the day, so I'm heading to the buffet to grab a cup of coffee. And again, my compliment on day 3 would be that the buffet runs quite well. It's very clean. Okay, so one of the things I've been wanting to try is the little ice cream shack they have right here. It is not included in the package. It's just right on the end of the pool. It's by the beach shop where you can get some souvenirs. There's a little place called Dolce Gelato. So here you got some various little treats. And I am in fact gonna try the mango passion fruit. Yeah, so let's give it a shot. All right, so I got one macaroon. I don't know how you say that. All right, so I got one macaroon. It was $2. There's not any special deal if you get more of them. I feel like that's definitely an unnecessary expensive. But then the one thing that was a little bit annoying was, all right, so we're getting ready to pull out of port on day 2 in Maui. We're at a 5 o'clock time to leave. You can hear the music is bopping. And for 5 o'clock, or right at 5 o'clock, we have dinner plans, dinner reservations. I hope you can hear me, at Teppanyaki. So Teppanyaki is gonna be right here at a place called East Meets West. Okay, it's pretty loud, but Teppanyaki is in a place called East Meets West, and it's actually 3 venues in one. So East Meets West is gonna have Teppanyaki, a sushi bar, and then I believe it has a Thai restaurant. Thai noodle restaurant. And it looks like it got a major revamp during the retrofit, and it looks great. It's a great looking restaurant.
Well, after a great dinner, I stepped outside and I didn't even realize it, but we pulled away from Maui and now we're headed to the port of Hilo on the Big Island. Really good 2 days in Maui. Reminder that you actually stay 2 days. So the ship docks overnight, so you can get on the ship, get off the ship as much as you'd like. And yeah, it's definitely a different experience. Most of your cruise ports are 5-6 hours, maybe 10 if you're lucky, but we're steaming towards Hilo right now. There's still plenty of time left on the ship. Let's see what else we can accomplish.
All right, so Teppanyaki was a smash hit. Now people are starting to gather on deck 5 and 6. We're at Pink's Champagne Bar right now, and there's a guitar playing. This gentleman's been very good. He's got some live music. Yeah, it's a really good environment. It's a nice chill way to close out day 3. We're now leaving Maui, sailing away. All right, so we're headed to Mardi Gras, the Mardi Gras Lounge. And there's a newlywed game show. Starts at 7:30, so we'll have a nice little sit down, grab a drink, and then we'll do the newlywed game show on our day 3. We're in Maui. So a lot of this is commentary that I would normally have on the total end review or on the ship tour, but I think it's worth pointing out that Pride of America, I had the least expectations for. My expectations were the lowest. But consistently, Pride of America has exceeded my expectations in the following areas: cleanliness, staff kindness and courtesy, on-time events and things like dining, managing crowd controls, and there's been very few times. There's only one time I felt crowded on an elevator, so when everyone was getting back from the port, but that's been the only time. Every other time's been really efficient. And there's only 13 floors on the whole ship, so if it's ever felt too crowded, it's just like not crazy to go up and down the stairs. Twice today, I went from deck 6 to deck 11. It was not a big deal. But yeah,
Pride of America consistently exceeded my very low expectations, but it's on par with the experience of like the Bliss, which is a pretty high bar to match. There's a couple things that are not quite the same. The energy is not quite the same as the team on the Bliss, but nobody's really had a bad attitude. Everybody's been pretty great. So we'll see how day 3 goes. We're 15 minutes away from the Newlywed Game Show.
Let's start with this next question with you because I want to give Anna Ewan down there some time to think about this. What would you say is your husband's most annoying or irritating habit? Okay. We do provide them in the Aloha buffet, by the way. Just let him know. He can use as many as he wants and leave them there.
Okay, so after Newlywed, we're heading out on deck 6. Now we're at Pink's Champagne Bar. We're heading back to the saloon because you know me, I love a good karaoke. And Newlywed Game Show, I'm glad we didn't participate in that because there were lots of embarrassing questions. Before we do that, let's go out and check out the ocean. It's pretty windy out.
Well, that is a wrap on day 3 of NCL's Pride of America. We are sailing away from Maui and headed towards the port of Hilo on the Big Island, where we have lots of adventures still ahead of us. You know, day 3 was really an action-packed day. We got so much done, and that's the thing about cruising that I think is really nice is you get to go to all these different ports and places, and you don't have to change your room, you don't have to pack your bags again, you don't have to get ready, hop around. Eventually, please stay tuned because we're going to have a final review of the trip. We're actually going to do a cost comparison so you can see how much it would cost me to go to the island and do this exact itinerary if I went on land versus on the Pride of America cruise ship versus how much did we spend on doing this ourselves so that you can make that exact decision. There's something a little bit spooky about the ocean at night that feels just a little bit safer on a cruise ship to me. But yeah, it was a really special day that we finished out at the bar with karaoke. You know, I never understood why people hound you about subscribing to their YouTube channel, but now I totally get it. It does take a lot of time, energy, and effort to put these videos together. And by subscribing to this channel, you help us to continue to do that work in order to provide you with this information. We really love doing that, and it really does help if you do subscribe. We promise not to spam you with anything other than fun, informational videos on how to travel, have fun, and save money. We'll see you on the next video for day 4.